Okay, now I'm going to show you how to put my the outside of the book together. I'm using Kathy Orta's Hidden Hinge Binding, and I'll try to post that somewhere to one of my previous videos where I showed you how I did my how I showed you how she did it and how I did it with the Tyvek and all the tape and everything. And to put the book together, you're going to need, my book is a 9x9 square book. My spine is 2 inch, so this is 2x9. And on the Tyvek, I lay out my strips. Then on one end, I put a piece of my adhesive. Now I'm just going to take the adhesive off, and I'm going to do one side at a time. And to measure how thick, I use a double piece of the cardstock that I'm using. I mean chipboard. And you just lay it down, match it up with the top and bottom of this piece here. This will give your book the amount that you need to close it with. And the piece of Tyvek that I'm using, I use old mailer letters. Like from work, we get our supplies sent out to us, and they put them in these mailers. And this piece is 7.5 inches wide by 9 inches long. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other side to give me my book form. The way I do it, I put my taping from this edge, work my way in, leave a space here, and then I put one on the edge of my chipboard. That way I know that my my tape is right in place. I didn't put it too far over. Get your double piece again and line it up, top and bottom. Okay, then I turn it over and make sure everything is down tight. This way my book bends in and out. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my covering. And what I did was I took my piece of of paper and I taped around all 4 edges. I'm going to start off by taking off, and I'm just going to bend this part back. And I already figure I want about 1.5 inches from my spine is where I want this page to lie. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take my regular AGT tape, and I'm just going to really tape up the middle of this. I don't want this piece to move. So I'm estimating this in at about 1.5 inches, or you can measure it if you want to. The 1.5 inches is right about there, is where my 1.5 inches is. And I want to make for sure I have the same amount lapped over from the top to the bottom. And lay that down. I need to pull that part up. And make for sure that's on there really good and flat. And this is my front piece. Now I'm going to do the same thing with my back. Make for sure that I'm laying the paper in the right way so that one is my front, one is my back. I don't have it upside down. I'm just going to put tape all over here. Okay, now here's my line. Make sure I have my paper going in the right direction. Not upside down. Remove the one piece of tape. It's the one that you're going to stick down here, and I have mine about 1.5 inches away. Make sure you have the right amount at the top and at the bottom. Okay. Now that's my front of my book and my back of my book. Now I'm going to put my spine in. Now I'm going to do my spine the same way. I have my piece. I have it taped around all 4 sides. Lay my piece down flat. I'm going to tape all across here. Well, first I want to put my heavy tape right where my book spine is. I want to put a piece on the inside of right where the spine is and the outside. Right where my book is going to bend at. I want an extra amount of the heavy duty tape there. Okay, right where it's going to tape, you can see there's one on each side. And now in between, I'm just going to put my regular AGT tape. This is the part that's going to take a lot of beating. So I want to make for sure. Now I'm going to take my tape off of my sides. The long sides first. And I'm going to, what I like to do is I like to have my book out flat. I measure to give me an approximate on both sides, and then I slide it down and put it right there in the middle. And the Tyvek on this is going to give this paper the extra bending that it needs. Just slowly work your page in. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some more tape and I'm going to go around all the edges here. The long way. I'm putting it right up to the edge, And when I fold my paper over, the part that's right here is going to, I'm putting everything right up to the edge. And then when I fold my paper over, this tape that I already have on here is going to catch too, to make for sure that this doesn't move. Now I'm going to go all the way around all four sides. Remember, skipping the space in the middle. All of my tape off all over. Okay, and I'm going to start with my corners. With my corners, I want to miter them. And I'm just cutting a little bit off, leaving about 1/8 of an inch left over. I'm going to do that for all four corners. Now, I'm going to start with the long sides. And I'm just going to just slowly bend it back. And down. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Long sides I'm going to do first. Don't try to bend it all at one time. Your paper may split. Okay. Now you can slowly, because you can see where you left the extra paper, the extra spacing, so your book can fold in now. And it'll close up like a book. Now we're going to do the edges. Just like I showed you in all of my other videos. You pull that little tab in on the top and bottom. Then slowly work that side up and bring it down to get your good miter. And that's how the little corners come out. I'm going to do the bottom corner the same way. You're going to pull in that little tip. Just make it fold in. Same thing with this one. Work your edge up and then fold over. There. Now we have the book started to be covered. And for this edge right here, well, that's going to come next. Next, we're going to put in our part that's going to hold our pages. This is Kathy Orta's Hidden Hinge Binding. She has it on her videos. I have it on a previous video. Like I said before, I'll try to link it in. I use a lot of tape because this is the part that's going to be pulled back and forth with the pages on it and everything. And so I'm going to show you, I'm going to just put this in. I'm going to take all the tape off. Now, you see where your first one starts and your last one starts. And there's going to be 1/4 of an inch on each side to give your spacing. And put this in top to bottom, kind of even it out. And remember your 1/4 of an inch on each side. and lay that down. Get that down real good. Get it in the crease part. And in between here. In between every one, because there's tape on every one like that. Make sure it's down real good. This is another time you're going to use the strong adhesive. So that because this is going to take the wear and tear of your pages. Okay. Now I'm going to slowly bend the page up because we have that extra fabric in there, or extra material in there. Slowly, don't go too fast or too far. Just work it up. Okay, now let's get the other end going too. Make sure this is down really good. I can go in my crease there. Don't poke through your paper though. Just get it ready to bend. Just go back and forth to work it. Okay. There. And now my book will close. Okay, now all I have to do is add some decorations that I want to add to the book and cover my inside, and then I'm going to show you how we do the pages.